Welcome again to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. I think, like many of you, you all dream of what would I do if I win $1 million, for example. Now, my wife and I have the same. We are both kind of creative, so one of our goals would be to design our own house. I've been working on this design for several years, so it's not something new, but today I'm going to design it in SolidWorks, and yeah, we're just going to see where it brings us. One of the things I did was start drawing a scale drawing of the sizes of the house, because yeah, of course you can make it as big as you want, but it also has to be functional, and we don't need that much. But on the other hand, yeah, you all have these goals that you want to have when you are doing something crazy like this. One of our goals is, for example, to have enough space for a pool table and to have space for an old-fashioned library where you have all the walls stuffed with shelves so you can place a lot of books in them, and just some crazy things like that. And so today we are going to start on the main floor, and in this short series we are going to design the house, and I'm going to tell you about what and why we are doing certain things. I hope you enjoy this. So the first thing you need to know about this house, that it is designed to be in a very specific location. Now, the house has 4 floors basically. The first floor is underground and is garage slash office. And of course in this series we will show that space. But not in this episode. Then basically the first floor, which is above ground, is basically the normal ground floor of a house, so it has the kitchen, and basically, because it's our dream house, we want to be prepared for everything. So what if our kids want to have their own room or their own house, like they have, they can do it. What if we are old and we don't want to walk the stairs anymore? We can sleep downstairs, things like that. So it's a house which has all the things that you want from it, if it's your dream house. Anyway, our grandparents, they live quite far away, so we have let's say, a little summer cottage next to the house, but it's not adjacent to the house, it's a little bit away, so that you're not, you both have your own privacy. Things like that are included in that. So one of the things that is important for this design is that we want it to be on the water's edge. So when I mentioned that the first floor is underground, it is actually underwater. And what that means is that the office is not looking out over the water, but it's looking into the water. So there are these big, thick windows that look into the water, so you can see catfish and carp and pike swimming around. That's something that I would really like. So that's one of the features. Then the other feature is that the first floor is above the water line, and it has this huge terrace all around the back of the building, and there's a round corner on the house, and that's basically the sleeping arrangement of one of the bedrooms, basically. So when in the morning you get up, you open the window and you walk onto the balcony, or whatever you want to call it, and you just look over the water. And if you want, you can go fishing, of course, but that's a different thing. And so that's something that's basically one of the points of the house. The general layout of the house is that we have an entry, then we have a hallway to the left, which is basically the entry into the house, where there is a table and you can go into the lower down living room, as I just mentioned. And around that are the rooms. So starting at the left, there's the toilets, then there's the library-like section, the study, whatever you want to call it. Then there's a room that hasn't really been addressed as being a specific room. Then there's the bedroom in the corner with the rounded wall, and next to that is the kitchen, and then again a study room or a playroom or a computer room, whatever. And then there's a small room that has a guest bathroom and storage space for bicycles or something like that, or jackets or whatever. And then there's also the stairs to the parking garage. In the center there is basically a hidden pathway to the other rooms, like the study, and it also has the staircase to go upstairs. And yeah, that's basically the layout for the first floor. So my wife and I, we both like houses that are not straightforward. So we want to have some weird angles in it. We want to have some round parts. We want to have some elevation changes. We want to have some quirky areas where you can look through to another area or something like that. So these are all some of the things that we want to incorporate. Furthermore, we like the combination of wood with stone, and so we also want to incorporate a lot of wood in the house. And yeah, it needs to feel quite grand. So we have these pillars and yeah, some of the things, but it has to be quite simplistic. And we want to play with light a lot. So one of the focal points basically of the house is the living room. Now, one of my aunts, she had this old house, and I'm not sure what you call it, but it's a lowered room in the house where on the sides you have the benches to sit on, and often you have a fireplace in it. And yeah, it's just a very cozy place now. And what we wanted to do in the house is have this big window, so a lot of light pours into that area, and we have this area of the floor that's dropped down, so you have to take several stairs to go down to into it, and you're a little bit sheltered with some small walls. But on the other side you have the big windows to look to sit inside a window sill and just to look away from you to see yeah, the nature that's around the house. So that also means that this is a house that needs to be in a lot of space. First of all, because there's a lake attached to the house. Second of all, because you need to have the views. Um, yeah, and possibly a fireplace. Yeah, so that's basically one of the focal points of this house. So in the next episode I will be drawing in the second floor and some of the other features to start giving you a good example of what it is that we want for the house. And of course, if we win the millions and millions that we require for this house, we will do something like this. But for now, it's, as the title suggests, a dream house. I hope you enjoy this type of video. where we are just exploring our creativity and just daydreaming. But yeah, maybe one day. Thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe if you like the videos. Comment if you want, and thank you for watching. Bye.